During World War I, there was a significant loss of industrial workers, with the demand for increased production to support the war and the growth of consumerism in America. Many African Americans, and particularly from the South, sought out these jobs. On top of the job opportunities, African Americans were drawn to the North due to overall belief that they would be better off there. In the South, they were facing classic Jim Crow laws with the racism and intense segregation. In addition, groups like the KKK were all at their peak, which threatened the lives and opportunity of African Americans. All this led to over 6 million African Americans leaving the South from 1916 to 1970. This large influx of African Americans into the northern cities faced lots of competition with other immigrants, particularly in jobs and for living space. Also, although the North didn't have Jim Crow laws, racism and discrimination were still common throughout America. Despite these continued struggles, they faced the economic, social, and political challenges with what seemed like increased motivation. These African Americans from the South, with their high populations in northern cities, began establishing a new black culture. The Great Migration played a significant role in the Harlem Renaissance, which hugely impacted the culture of the era. The Great Migration also inspired increased participation in public life and in political activism for African Americans. Overall, the Great Migration changed the dynamic of regional populations, especially increasing black populations in major northern cities like New York and Chicago. This mass migration of black Southerners led to the new culture which influences us still today.